It's a stormy day mga people, pero tuloy po ang ating discussion para sa effective communication. Kung bago po kayo sa ating channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button para lagi po kayong updated sa ating mga videos. And let's start with our warm-up activity by this statement. Ayan po, magbasa po tayo and mag-reflect sa statement below. Ayan, so sabi, young people today spend too much time on their phones instead of talking to their families. Ayan. And let's answer the guide questions. So, is this a fact or an opinion? Ayan, no? And what attitude does the speaker show? And of course, what assumptions are being made? And the last question is, do you agree or disagree? Then, substantiate or why. Ayan po. Nakapagnilay-nilay na po ba ang lahat? No? So kung papansin po natin, at first glance, no, the statement sounds like an observation. But wait, no? Is it really a fact or is it an opinion? Gaya ng tinanong po natin on the first guide question. So this statement actually reflects the speaker's personal belief or perspective. No? Some people, pwede silang mag-agree because they've experienced it at home, no? While others may disagree because they use their phones for studying lang, for their work, no? Or for staying connected with loved ones. So statement only shows that communication is not just about the words we hear, no? It also reveals the speaker's attitudes, and our assumptions and our experiences, no? So for example, our parents might say, cellphone ka na naman, no, mga ganyan. O yan, pwede na sabihin na, kaka-cellphone mo yan, di ba? Which is ang pinakalagi natin naririnig sa kanila. So, while we are actually attending an online class, o kaya naman, we are researching for a project, di ba? Pero to hear that statement, so, hindi natin alam ang pinaghuhugutan nung tao na nagsabi ng mga lines, no? Yan, so, it is important, no, na communicators don't immediately react, no? Instead, they need to ask, no, ano ba yung gustong sabihin ng tao na yon, no? With those expressions or with those phrases. And then, ano pinanggagalingan nila, no? Where are they really coming from, no? So, understanding the message behind the message itself, no, helps us avoid unnecessary misunderstanding. At ayun po ang magiging core ng ating discussion. Ayan. So we talk about the attitudes now, the assumptions, and the perspective. That is, no, within the message na sinabi. So ano ba yung tatlo na yan? Of course, attitude is the person's feelings or the opinions, ayan, no, towards something or someone. And attitudes are shaped by personal experiences and emotions. And then, the assumption is an idea or belief accepted as true without complete proof, no, or evidence. It can lead to misunderstandings if unchecked. And the last one, which is perspective, this is a person's point of view shaped by their experiences, no, and beliefs. No two perspectives are exactly the same. Ayun po yung kailangan nating matandaan. No? Ayan. So, before we analyze the message po, we need to understand these three important concepts, no? Ayan, so sabi nga dyan, attitude is how someone feels about the topic, and then the assumption is something a person believes to be true without enough evidence, no? And then the perspective is a person's point of view, no? Shaped by their experience, culture, education, and beliefs. So, ito pong tatlo na to, they often influence how people communicate, no? Even if they don't say them directly, no? Imagine na lang natin, there are two students receiving a group project, no? One says, yes, excited na ako. Tapos yung isa naman, the other only sighs, no, bumutong hininga, and then sabi niya, ang hirap na naman ito, di ba? Same na yung project, but there are different attitudes and perspective na nakuha natin from our learners or students. And their actions are influenced by their previous experiences, di ba? Hindi natin pwedeng invalidate yun. Baka nahihirapan talaga yung isang bata doon sa una nilang activity. And eto namang isa is nag-enjoy siya during may mga task na ganyan. No? Kaya ganun yung naging reaction niya or acceptance niya. No? And maybe one enjoys teamwork, tapos the other had a bad experience, sabi ko nga. So, kung nagigets natin yung pinanggagalingan nila, definitely, hindi magkakaroon ng misunderstanding. We don't easily react as their teachers based on their messages. No? And this only reminds us that we people don't always see situations the same way, no? And that's perfectly normal. Yan, we need to ponder why perspectives matter, no? Ayan, so perspective matter because it avoid and misunderstandings and respect diversity, no? And in this part, it is about recognizing different viewpoints to help prevent conflict and fosters genuine respect for people from all backgrounds and cultures. Ayan. Also, perspective matter because it helps us think critically and stay open-minded. No? So, exploring multiple perspectives sharpens critical thinking and encourages openness to ideas beyond our own experiences. And also, ayan, it helps us build stronger relationships and communication. So, understanding others deeply leads to more meaningful connections and clearer, ayan, no, more empathetic communication po. Ayan. So, napakahalaga that when we understand different perspective, uh, this is a gateway to becoming more respectful and open-minded communicators. No? Instead of quickly judging, reacting to someone's opinion, we try to understand now why they think that way. No? And that helps us avoid misunderstanding, appreciate diversity, no? And of course, build stronger relationship with other people that we are dealing with, no? Kasi for example, imagine natin, 'di ba? Nagdi-discuss tayo whether the students should wear uniforms, no? One classmate or one student, there is a learner, sabihin mo na lang, on your class, 'di ba? That might say uniforms promote discipline. But of course, other learners would say that nalilimit yung kanilang self-expression. Diba? Worse, may magsabi pa na, di ba po tinanggal na po or may mandate na po about sa wearing of school uniforms, na hindi naman po siya mandatory. Ayan, no? So, lahat sila may point, no? And hindi natin kailangan kumampi kung kaninong point of view yung ating papanigan, di ba? We have to address all those messages, no? Ayan, kasi lahat naman sila is my point and that's how they perceive, di ba? Yung mismong topic na yon regarding about school uniform, no? So, wala tayong masasabi na, oh, ikaw tama ka, ay ikaw mali ka. Hindi naman siya pwedeng ganon, no? Kasi may kanya-kanya lang silang pinanggagalingan, di ba? Yan, they simply have different perspectives. And sabi nga na kanina, that's perfectly okay, di ba? So, as effective communicators, and kung wala tayong nandoon sa person in authority, our goal, di ba, isn't always to win the argument. Hindi natin kailangan makipag-debate sa kanila. But we have to understand different viewpoints, no? Kasi sabi nga ng kasabihan, seek first to understand before trying to be understood, no? Ayan. Kasi, if we keep on insisting our ideas, di ba, walang growth yon. But if we try to appreciate the point of view of others, maybe we can learn something from them, di ba? And that's the start of the real growth. Okay, now let's move with the social and cultural topics. Ayan. So, social topics, it includes the education, the mental health, the technology, the gender roles, the environmental issues, the poverty, and of course, the youth issues. While for the cultural topics na pwede nating pag-discuss and usually nagkakaroon ng mga different viewpoints ang bawat ang panig. No, ayan, we have the common cultural topics, the traditions, the festivals, the language, the religion, the family values, and of course, the indigenous practices. No? So marami pong mga conversations involving social and cultural topics, no, that directly affect, no, our daily lives. No, may mga social topics yan kasama ng education, mental health, hindi po natatapos yung mga discussion sa mga bagay-bagay na yan. And sa mga ganyang topics, usually we have different point of views, di ba? Ayan. So, itong mga topic na to, they often influence how we think, how we behave, and how we communicate, no? Kasi for example na lang, during family gatherings, no, ang mga natin, grandparents, diba? They may encourage traditional Filipino practices like pagmamano or celebrating local fiestas. Pero, di ba, yung mga younger generations ngayon, they prefer expressing themselves through social media or modern trends, no? And we cannot say that the older generation is better. no? And the younger generations are weak, no? Ayan, or worse, hindi siya pwedeng ganon. Neither is necessarily better. Ayun po yung kailangan nating impose and ipaunawa, ano, sa buong natin, generation. Ang pinapakita lang ng dalawa na yon, they simply reflect po that different cultural backgrounds and experiences, no? Ayan. And of course, as communicators, it's important to respect these differences po instead of immediately criticizing them, no? Di ba lagi nga nating naririnig na, ba't nung kami ganito, ba't nung kami ba't kayo ganyan, di ba? So, dapat the discussion or the debate there should easily stop. Hindi kailangan pagsabungin yung dalawang generation, no? Ayan. Kasi both generations o lahat po ng generations, they have their strengths and they all have their weaknesses. Ayan, no? What is applicable doon sa dati may not be applicable na gayon. Ayan. Do pwede pa rin naman na silang i-maintain, i-preserve. Ayan, no? Ayan, we pick their best and we pick the, refrain, no? Those, those mga bad shots, no? Siguro ganun yung kailangan nating gawin so that we understand one another, particularly in these topics kung saan nag-spark lagi yung mga debate, no? Yung mga heated conversations, yan po, no? Siguro it's a matter of respect, no? Of the different viewpoints and of course understanding, sabi nga lagi, the background, the experiences, no? And where these people are coming from. Ayan. This time, let's talk about recognizing attitudes in communication. And when we do this, always ask ourselves po, what emotions are shown? And this is about listening for tone, word choice, and emotional cues, no, in the speaker's message. Of course, is the speaker supportive or critical? You know, notice whether the language encourages or challenges the audience. Then, does the speaker sound respectful or judgmental? You have to pay attention po to how the speaker addresses others and their ideas. And what words reveal speaker's feelings, no? So we have to identify loaded language, strong adjectives, and of course, expressive phrases. No? So, example po, ito, no? There is this line, traditional dances should never disappear. Ayan. So, ano mga possible attitude na mga project siya ng isang communicator? Siyempre, it could mean pride. It could mean appreciation, di ba, ng ating culture. And of course, concern for the culture. Kasi sabi niya, should never disappear. Di ba? Ayan. And all those attitudes po na yon ay acceptable. No? Wala po tayong sasabihin, ay, wrong. Di ba? Kaya ngayon, ang practice natin during discussion, di ba? Sige na, walang maling sagot. All answers are accepted. There is only better answer. Ayun sinasabi po natin lagi sa ating mga students, di ba? So, ganyan din, when we analyze communication, we don't just focus, no, on what the speaker says. We also have to pay attention on how they say it. Diba? Kaya nga, ayan, sabi ko kanina, ask yourselves, diba? What emotion are being expressed? No, is the speaker supportive, critical, respectful, judgmental ba siya? Diba? Because the words they choose often reveal their attitude toward the topic. Diba? Kagaya na lang sa mga natin, sa mga national issues natin ngayon. Diba? Makikita mo talaga yung init ng debate, 'di ba? Makita mo talaga yung break, no? Ayan, the supporters, the fandoms, ano? Even nga kahit sa mga artista, 'di ba? Ayan, yung mga fans nila, makikita mo, 'di ba? How they fight with one another's comments, no? Ayan. So, nawawala na doon yung respect while they are 'di ba? While they are advocating for freedom of expression, sila naman, they suppress others' freedom for expression, di ba? Ayan, na parang sila na may karapatan na magsalita, di ba? Ayan. So, ganyan din po dito, kapag hindi natin yan na-address ng maayos, di ba? So, ganun likely ang mangyayari sa mga conversations natin to the point na, ayun na, hindi na tayo magre-respetuhan, di ba? Furain na natin yung bawat isa, di ba? We will be, close-minded sa opinions ng bawat isa. No? Kagaya dito, balik po tayo sa traditional dances should never disappear. Diba? Ayan. So, sabi ko meron siyang tatlong attitudes na pwedeng lumutang. Diba? The pride, the appreciation, and the concern for preserving the culture. Ayan. So clearly, it shows that the speaker values cultural heritage and wants future generations to continue these traditions, no? Kasi imagine watching performances during buwan ng wika o kaya mga local festivals. Some people proudly celebrate these traditions, while others might think they're outdated. No? Ayan, parang, oh, makaluma masyado, di ba? Ayan. For example, yung mga nag-viral ngayon na AI poster makings, 'di ba? Ayan, na parang are we really going to depend na lang sa mga AI, even our arts, craftsmanships, 'di ba? Our creativity solely based na lang ba sa AI, 'di ba? Can we not produce the old ones? May mga ganon. Pero syempre may sasabihin naman, eh ayun na kasi yung trend eh, 'di ba? We are in the digital age. And the theme itself, 'di ba, ng buwan ng wika, ayan, it's about making a bridge, di ba, between the wikang pambansa and the AI itself. So, bakit natin i-condone or bakit natin ang questionin, di ba, yung mga AI-produced na poster making ng mga participants. So, ayan, di ba, both have their points. By recognizing the speaker's attitude, we better understand not just the message, but also the values behind the message itself. No? Because effective communication is about looking beyond the words. Lagi po natin pinapaalala yan. No? And it's about appreciating the beliefs and emotions that shape them. Now, let's talk about identifying assumptions. Natawasan po tayo sa attitudes. So, we all know that assumptions can be hidden in every message. No? So, to identify, we need to ask, what is the speaker taking for granted? So, we have to listen carefully for unstated beliefs that shape the message being delivered. Ayan, no? Is there enough evidence? No? Kasi sabi nga natin, assumptions kanina is a statement, a belief without proof yet. No? Ayan. So, evaluate whether the claims made are supported by facts, data, or credible sources. And of course, could there be another explanation? Consider alternative viewpoints before accepting any single interpretation as truth. No? And kasi sometimes people don't directly say what they assume. They simply expect everyone to believe it too. Kaya, di ba, yung assumption, tinatawag siyang hidden message. No? When analyzing communication po, always ask ourselves yung tatlo na yan. No? And then, we have to be critical thinker. No? Especially this, this digital age wherein the misinformation, the disinformation, no, ayan, are rampant. No? Ayan. And being a critical thinker means questioning ideas respectfully. Pero when we when we ask, wag naman balahura, sabi nga, no? Ayan. Wag natin tinatanggal pa rin yung etiquette at saka yung tinatawag nating respectful, di ba, na communication. Ayan, no? It's okay to ask instead of accepting everything at face value level lang, no? So, for example, the statement na student who use AI are lazy, no? It sounds like a strong opinion, di ba? Oo, parang, uy, napaka-vague niya para sabihin niya yun, no? Pero, it only contains an assumption, di ba? That using AI automatically means a student doesn't want to learn, no? You have to ask now, is that always true? Siyempre, not necessarily. Because there are these students who use AI to brainstorm with this digital, no? Digital artificial intelligence, no? Ayan. They just use this, especially mga researchers, to check the grammar, ganyan, no? O kaya naman to better understand the difficult lessons. Kasi kung sila nga naman alone, po pwedeng it would take more time for them to learn it. Ayan. So, ayun naman kasi yung goal din ng mga AI, di ba? Na sinasabi rin ng mga experts, we don't really rely to them too much, di ba? It's just, kailangan maging na sila, assistant, support, ayan. But, hindi sila yung gagawa ng buo. So, kung may mga ganun mga students, we don't have to generalize na ganun we don't have to generalize our opinion. No? Hindi kailangan natin mag-assume na lahat is ganun. Diba? So, think of AI like a calculator, parang ganun siya. No? If you use it to understand the process, nagiging siyang learning tool. Pero, if every time na magka-calculate ka, magsosolve ka, even 1 plus 1, kinalculate mo pa, diba? Na parang everything you do depends on it. Oh, that's a different story, no? So, nawala na yung essence ng AI, no? Or ng calculator. So, the lesson here is simply don't judge immediately. Look for the evidence first, no? Before we spit out our assumptions, no, and our opinions. So we're done with the assumptions. It's time to understand different perspective. And perspective depends on who you are. No? Yeah, and so it could be affected by your age and culture, and this shape how we interpret messages in interaction by our values and beliefs. And this filter how we receive and evaluate what others says. And of course, social background. These all contribute to our unique communication perspective and the experiences in education. These influence how we understand and respond to communication. Ayan po, no? A person's perspective is influenced by many factors po. Ayan, lahat po naman nabanggit natin na yan. No? That's why people can look at the same issue but arrive at completely different opinions. Diba? So, kumbaga, isa lang naman yung topic, pero bakit magkaiba tayo ng ideas? Because of perspective po. And different perspective don't always mean something is wrong. No? It only reflects that different life experiences exist. No? Yeah. So, for example, take the issue of using social media in education. Diba? One student might say, it's helpful because I can watch tutorials and collaborate with my classmates. Diba? Then, ano kailangan maging reaction doon ng teacher? Diba? A teacher may think it's useful but it can also distract students during class. Kaya nga, pinapatupad ngayon ng DepEd na students are not allowed to use their phones during class hours unless used for school purposes, no? Ayan, sa mga class activities, unless allowed by the teacher. Diba? So, kung yung teacher, ganun na kayo naging perspective, yung parents, magkakaroon din siya ng another perspective. They may be worried about the screen time, di ba? Ayan. Tapos yung mga administrators, ganun din, di ba? Sasabi naman nila ngayon, the school is focusing on digital safety and responsible use. So, kumbaga, bawat group nagkakaroon ng iba't ibang perspective. And each perspective is valid. No? Because they had a valid concerns also and benefits. No? Kasi di naman natin masasabing mali sila unless we are on their shoes, di ba? Ayan, unless we know their experiences. No? So, as an effective communicator, di ba? So, our job is to listen to every side. Lagi naman galon, di ba? Hindi lang po siya applicable sa mga conflict, di ba? Na hindi pa nare-resolve. Na kailangan pakinggan natin both side. Si ganito, si ganyan. Tapos, saka tayo mag-decide sino yung nagsabi, sino talaga nagsisinungaling, sino talaga yung nagsasabi ng totoo. No? Ayan. Listening to both sides also happen in every communication dealings natin. Ayan, no? So, hindi porke po iba ang pananaw nila, they are wrong. Sabi nga nung isang quotation na nabasa ko, di ba? Not because everyone is doing it, it's already correct, and not because no one or only some are just doing this, ibig sabihin it's wrong. Yes, no? Ayan. So, before forming our own opinion, listen po lagi muna tayo. No? Being open-minded helps us become better communicators and better people. Kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng empathy kapag nakikinig po tayo sa mga magkakaibang perspective. Okay, this time let's talk about the communication events that we need to analyze. Ayan. So these are the real-world examples for critical listening. Graduation speeches, news broadcasts, television interviews, political speeches, public service announcements, or matitawag natin PSA, no? Ayan. Advertisements, cultural performances, YouTube blogs, and of course, the podcast. Ayan. So communication happens po everywhere, not just in the classroom. No? Ayan. So we hear messages through various formats and events. Ayan, nakalista na nga po dyan. These are just some. Tapos, syempre, meron pang iba. Ayan, kung may mga naisip kayo na wala dito, they are still considered. No? And every communication event has a purpose, a target audience, and of course, a message that reflects certain attitudes and perspective. For example, when you watch a graduation speech, don't just listen to the inspiring quotes, no? Ng mga nagsasalita doon, particularly the valedictory speech, no? Also ask yourself, what values is the speaker promoting? Diba? Ngayon, when you see a commercial naman, you have to think, what is this advertisement trying to make me feel or do? Kasi advertisements are made to convince us, to persuade us, diba? Ayan. So even your favorite YouTube vlogger or content creator has a purpose, diba? Whether it's to inform, to entertain, to inspire, to educate, to persuade, to argue, you know. And as a senior high school student, you know, napakahalaga for you, no, to become smart consumers of information. Don't just accept accept every message you hear online, or TV, no? Hindi ko masabing radio kasi wala na masyado siguro nagre-radio ngayon. Mga matatanda meron, 'di ba? And of course, analyze, no? Ask questions, think critically, no? I-process muna natin ng mabuti yung mga informations. Kasi po, effective communicators don't only hear the message, no? They understand the purpose, the attitude, and the perspective behind it po. Yan. This time naman, let's analyze the media messages, no? Ayan. Kasi may bago na tayong di ba? Platform. It's not only ngayon, personal, intrapersonal, meron na tayong media messages also. No? And media literacy begins with asking the right questions. Every message we encounter in news, advertising, or social media is crafted with intent. Yes po. No? Kaya nga sabi nila, kaya nga there is a lesson about propaganda techniques. Diba? Because the media, before pa social media, are already using propagandas, diba? Para mag-promote, no? Ayan, ng kanilang mga ng mga ads, no? Or mga products, ng kanilang mga shows. Ayan. Developing the habit of critical inquiry helps us become informed, thoughtful, and responsible consumers of information. Always ask this po yung mga questions na yan. Who created the message? Who is the audience? What is the purpose? What attitudes are expressed? For who created the message, identify the source and the credibility. No, wag po agad-agad share, agad-agad maniwala, no, especially ngayon, 'di ba? Sabi nga kanina, rampant ang misinformation. For who is the audience, consider who the message targets and why. No? Inform, persuade, entertain, or sell para naman po sa what is the purpose. And para sa what attitudes are expressed, detect assumptions, and missing perspective. Ayan. So everyday po we are exposed to hundreds of messages. No? Minsan nagkakapare-pareho na lang. And syempre sabi nga, 'di ba, napakatalino ng algorithm kung ano yung binabaran mo ng for a minute. Ayan, makita mo mamaya newsfeed mo about na sa ganun lagi. Ayan, no? Kasi siguro din ang reason kung bakit yung mga ibang students, they are not reading na, they are not aware na of the social or national issues, kasi baka mamaya nakababad sila sa ibang mga interest nila. Baka hindi nila interest talaga yung reading mga news, no? Kaya wala ganung mga newsfeed nila. That's why when you ask them sa school, alam nyo ba yung ganito? Alam nyo yung balita about sa ganito? They cannot share. Diba? So, from Facebook, hanggang sa TikTok videos, hanggang sa mga YouTube vlogs, sa mga TV commercials, news reports, madami pong messages yan. But here's the key. Not every message is completely neutral. Yes, lagi po silang may side. Sabi nga, may propaganda. No? Every piece of media is created by someone with purpose. That's why, instead of simply believing everything we see online, we should ask important questions like, sino bang gumawa ng message na to? No? Para kanino ba yung message na to? Diba? Ano yung purpose niya? No? And of course, what attitudes and assumptions are being shown. Kasi for example, no, imagine you are watching a skincare advertisement, tapos kiniklaim niya, itong product na to will give you a perfect skin, walang porcelana, ganyan, di ba? In just 7 days. Before believing it, ask yourself, may evidence ba? Di ba? So you can look at the reviews, no, di ba? Pero tingnan pa rin mga reviews kahit meron ganun, no? Baka mamaya sila lang, di ba? Pwede na kasi mga dami, mga bot ngayon, di ba, na magko-comment sa nila, personal products nila. So, or ang purpose lang niya is mainly to try to sell a product. No? Or when you are watching a YouTube vlog about a student life, do you consider whose perspective are you seeing ba? No? Kasi maybe the vlogger attends a private school with different experiences from students in public schools, di ba? Hindi naman mali yung story nila. Kumbaga lang, baka lang siya, one-sided. Ayun yung mangyayari doon, 'di ba? So, not yung story niya about the private school may not be real sa lahat. 'Di ba? Kasi hindi naman lahat tayo nag-aral sa private school, 'di ba? Mostly nga sa atin mga public. Ayan. So, isa rin sa kailangan natin i-consider yung tignan, 'di ba? Kung nagiging one-sided yung kanyang story. So, as an effective communicator, again, diba, and a responsible digital user or citizen. So our goal now is to analyze before we believe, question before we share, and understand before we judge. At the end of the day, it's our critical thinking which serves as our superpower in today's digital world. no? And of course, dahil pinag-usapan na po natin yung assumption, perspective, the attitude, it all boils down sa respecting of cultural diversity. And ano ba to? Ayan, it is about embracing diverse perspective and using inclusive language. And then we build stronger, more respectful connections in every conversations. And to do that, we should avoid stereotypes, generalization. Diba? Dapat natatanggal na natin yung mga ganyan na, oh, pag mayaman, mata pobre, may mayaman naman na mababait. Diba? Ayan, o pag politiko, 'di ba, magnanakaw, meron namang hindi. Mas madami nga lang talaga yung oo, 'di ba? Yung tanggalin natin mga stereotypes na kung napakapag may mga kapansanan, weak agad sila. No, kasi may mga sumasakses, may mga um, talented, 'di ba? Na mga may kapansanan. Yung iba pa nga, nagdadala pa ng karangalan sa ating bansa. If you are watching Paralympics, wag lang yung mga Olympics na ano, no? Yan, na mga normal yung ano nila, yung mga body parts. Makikita ninyo, may mga ano tayo, winner sa Paralympics. No? And of course, respect cultural differences. Listen openly, use inclusive language, and appreciate multiple viewpoints. Yes po, no? One of the most important skills in communication na pwede natin, na dapat nating dinidevelop, hindi pwede, na dapat, no? Is learning to respect people who think, believe, or live differently from us. Kasi iba naman tayo ng pinanggagalingan, di ba? Yeah. So, effective communicators avoid stereotypes and the rest na mga binanggit ko kanina na nandyan sa slide po natin. No? Ayan. Just because someone's culture, tradition, or opinion is different from ours doesn't mean they're wrong. Diba? Diba? As they say nga, different doesn't mean wrong. It just means different, unique. Diba? Ayun yung kailangan nating makita doon, ma-establish. No? Ayan. For example, in a classroom, pwedeng may mga students tayo na galing sa ano, different provinces and they speak different dialects also. O kaya naman, they celebrate different traditions. Kaya gaya nung kami, may mga kaklase kaming Muslim. And so, there were times na kailangan nilang lumabas, magpunta ng isang silid, and then they pray. Diba? Ayan. They are wearing yung hijab nila, diba? Kahit nasa school, diba? And that's okay. Diba? Kasi culture nila yon. Kasi di naman nila tayo pinakikialaman din. Why we use side of the cross pag nagpipray. Diba? Ayan. And then, siguro sa ano sa mga students mo din or sa mga kaklase mo, you may greet them with respect, pero meron namang ginigreet mo lang sila na parang casual, no? You might have your classmates na hindi lang nagmamano sa mga lolo nila, they even kiss them. Tapos ikaw is you cannot do that, 'di ba? Nahiya ka, na awkward ka. Pero pare-pareho naman kayong tama, 'di ba? Ayan. So kumbaga, it's a matter of respect talaga ang kailangan natin pag-iralin, 'di ba? Kaya during group discussions, na-notice mo na some of your classmates or teacher, some of your students, napaka-vocal nila, 'di ba? Tapos yung iba napakatahimik. So instead of judging them, try to understand bakit kaya ganun yung behavior nila, 'di ba? Where they're coming from. Kasi pag open-minded ka, you're a walking green flag, 'di ba? Kasi that would help you to build stronger friendship, stronger better ambience sa iyong mga students, 'di ba? Kasi yung mga classmates, and of course you are good at avoiding unnecessary conflicts. Nakakapag-create ka ng isang environment where everyone feels respected, valued, and seen. At sa panahon ngayon, ayun po yung pinakamahalaga. Dahil ang daming mga nagko-commit ng suicide, ang daming nade-depress, di ba? Ayun yung kailangan ng mundo ngayon. Now, let's talk about the real-life applications. Ayan, no? Ayan. So, these skills empower you to engage thoughtfully with the world around you, from the news you read to the conversations you have every day. Ayan. Of course, you analyze news responsibly, understand social media content, participate in respectful discussions, appreciate different cultures, avoid misinformation, become a critical thinker, and of course, become a responsible digital citizen. So, these skills you've learned today aren't just for passing quizzes or exams. They are your life skills that you can use every single day. No? Ayan. So instead of believing everything, again, you see online, always ask questions like, reliable ba to? No? Ayan. Whose perspective is being shown? And of course, that's how responsible communicators think. Pag ganon muna, no? Parang hindi ka agad-agad nagre-react, hindi ka agad-agad nag-share. Ayan. So for example, imagine seeing a viral Facebook post claiming that a certain event happened. So before you share it, you check muna, reliable by source niya, no? Ayan. And that's being a responsible digital citizen. Okay, during debate sa klase, instead of saying, mali ka, huwag mo siya pinpoint agad na ganon, no? Pwede mo sabihin, but this is another perspective, no? Ayan. Mas okay yun, di ba? Feeling ko, kasi mas klase siyang tignan. Guys, uy, mali ka, very wrong. Di ba? Pwede mo sabihin, okay, you have the point, but, yung mga ganun sana, di ba? Yes, yung parang medyo professional yung datingan ng mga atake. And these habits help you avoid misinformation, mga conflicts. You learn how to appreciate different cultures and become a critical thinker. No, ayan. These skills are your super useful power, not only in school, but also in college, pag nag-work na kayo, yun. And of course, in everyday life. Ayan. Okay, so let's wrap it na po. Ayan. So our key takeaways. So for our attitude, express always our feelings and shape how we communicate with others. For our assumption naman, of course, these are the beliefs accepted without sufficient evidence. Always question them naman. And for our perspective, of course, we know that they are shaped by our personal experiences, culture, and values. Ayan po. No? Every conversation, speech, social media post, or news report reflects more than just information po. It also reflects the communicator's beliefs and the way of seeing the world. No? So that's why, kailangan po natin gawin, no, as an effective communicator, we don't just listen to the words. We have to understand the meaning behind them. Before reacting po, before we comment, before we judge, before we give our opinion, we have to pause for a second and ask ourselves, no? Ayan. What perspective am I seeing? What assumption might be present? Remember po the golden rule. Listen with an open mind. Think critically and respect different perspectives. Kasi being an effective communicator means you have to be curious, you have to be respectful, willing to learn from others, even when you don't always agree with them. And that's the real flex life. And that's a wrap, everyone. Thank you for joining today's lesson. I hope you realize that communication po is more than just talking or listening. It's about understanding the attitudes, assumptions, and perspective. Ayan, no? Every conversation po is an opportunity to learn something new about other people and even about ourselves. As you go through your day po, whether you're chatting with your friends, scrolling through social media, watching the news, or participating in class discussion, remember po to communicate with empathy, think critically, and respect different viewpoints. Stay curious po, stay kind, and always choose understanding over quick judgment. Stay safe din po, lalo maulan ngayon at malakas ang bagyo. Ang habagat din. So see you po in our next lesson. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep communicating with